Welcome to your sexual skill video number 2. This one is all about reframing what we think of as foreplay. Most people think of foreplay as the 5-10 minutes, whatever, before sex. But actually, I want you to think of foreplay as your entire relationship, because that is actually where desire for sex and intimacy comes from. For a lot of people, great sexual desire and libido comes when you are feeling emotionally and romantically connected. In fact, sex therapist Esther Perel once said that foreplay begins as soon as the last orgasm ends. We have to bring intimacy into our life, into our relationship every single day, not just right before sex. So, for example, I want you to talk about your love languages. The love languages are the 5 different ways that people like to receive affection and also give affection. It is how we feel appreciated and wanted and desired by our partners. If you don't know what your love languages are, pause this video and talk to your partner about them. The 5 different love languages are words of affirmation. These are people who love to say, I love you, you're so important to me, you're such a great partner. Words. The second one is physical touch. These are cuddlers, people who love physical intimacy as their way of communicating their affection. The third one is acts of service. This is people who love thoughtful gestures, things like making each other dinner or making a cup of coffee for you without having to ask. The fourth is gifts. It's again about the thought that goes behind the gift. Being in the shop and seeing that your favorite snack is on sale and bringing it home for you. And the 5th is quality time. These are people who really value present quality time, and they will definitely get upset if you go on your phone during date night. If you're not sure what your love language is or what your partner's love language is, I also have a separate worksheet called 30 Days of Connection, which is all about putting little love rituals into place into your relationship to learn what matters most to you and what love language you each enjoy speaking. Now, when you do this, when you start to connect in these small little ways every day, it has a huge impact on how connected you feel and also things like your libido and your arousal. Remember, first comes connection. Connection allows intimacy to grow. Intimacy allows a spark of desire to be present, and desire can build to arousal. So these little moments of love languages and connection is really important to remember that we are still lovers. We are not just best friends, housemates, co-parents. We are also lovers, and we need to be able to put that out there to each other every single day. This is also really important, especially if you associate physical intimacy, like making out, cuddling, kissing, these sorts of things, with someone's attempt at initiating sex. What often happens is you start to feel pressure when your partner initiates having a kiss with you, or cuddling you, or touching you in an intimate way. And if you're not in the mood for sex, you might even start to bristle, to sort of remove yourself from that touch and not want that kiss or want that touch because you associate it with sex before you're ready, or pressure to have sex. So it's really important to separate out these beautiful daily love rituals and moments of physical connection and kissing and touching and cuddling from necessarily initiating sex and seeing it as foreplay. Your whole relationship needs to be foreplay, and you need to be doing these things regardless of whether you're about to initiate intimacy. This is an idea that relationship therapist John Gottman talks about a lot. The idea that for great couples to thrive, you need daily rituals to connect. He talks about the moment that you leave the house and saying goodbye to each other, the moment that you come back together at the end of a day and connect afterwards. And he also talks about things like weekly date nights and weekly quality time together. He also speaks a lot about the 6-second kiss. I don't know why it's 6 seconds, not 5 seconds, but his theory is that 6 seconds gives a kiss time to develop. It means that you can actually say something with that kiss. It isn't just a peck goodbye, it can actually say something. If you start to bring a 6-second kiss into your relationship every single day with zero pressure for it becoming anything more, just watch what that does for your romantic connection and chemistry. The game that I've created, May I Kiss Your Nipple, is really fun because it also helps you break your sexual scripts. In long-term relationships especially, it can be really easy to turn sex into a little bit of a formula. You know, you kiss a certain place, you make out for a certain amount of time, you touch certain parts of the body, and it progresses in quite a predictable way. And over time that can make sex feel quite boring or predictable, and nobody wants that. So this game is all about practicing asking for different types of touch, exploring new places on the body, getting a bit silly and curious and trying all of these new different things, and allowing yourselves time for that arousal and that connection to build. And remember, arousal does take time to build, and it's not that fun to go straight to the genitals. Our whole body can be an erogenous zone and capable of building arousal and pleasure when it gets pleasurable stimulation. That's what an erogenous zone means. So remember that. This game is all about exploring different parts of the body. And finally, we are not mind readers, okay? So even if you two have been together for a very long time and you think you know what each other likes and the kinds of touch and kissing that you like, actually bodies change, not just year on year and day to day, but actually moment by moment as we get more turned on, more relaxed. So as much as you think you might know what your partner likes, it is always helpful to ask and to get feedback. So this is a really good game to practice asking for different types of touch, practicing your yes and your no that you practiced in the last game, and also being able to just try new different types of touch and get a bit silly with it. Enjoy!